Welcome to AGIS, Anguilla Government Information Service, delivering the latest and most accurate updates from the Government of Anguilla. I'm Selena Hodge, and here are the highlights and developments for the past week. The National Commercial Bank of Anguilla is celebrating a major milestone, its 10th anniversary. Over the past decade, the institution has grown into a strong and trusted bank, committed to serving individuals and businesses across the island. To mark the occasion, the bank recently hosted a press launch under the theme, Banking Where You Belong. A series of activities is planned throughout the year, including the launch of a scholarship program next week, along with a staff anniversary video. April, recognized as the bank's anniversary month, will feature several highlights such as a sponsorship of Festival Del Mar, a special credit promotion, the launch of an online account opening platform, a customer appreciation day, and the bank's corporate anniversary event on April 25th. In this week's press conference, Senior Ministerial Advisor Evans McNeil Rogers highlighted a major advancement for healthcare in Anguilla. The Princess Alexandra Hospital has successfully performed its first laparoscopic hemicolectomy procedure. This minimally invasive surgery is used to remove part of the colon, often in the treatment of colon cancer, while reducing recovery time and complications. The procedure took place on 9th March and was led by Chief Surgeon Dr. Manuel Gutierrez, supported by the anesthesia team and operating room staff. The surgery was completed without complications, and the patient is recovering well. This milestone marks significant progress in expanding advanced surgical care on island. Health professionals from Anguilla are participating in key regional meetings focused on strengthening nursing and midwifery services. Chief Nursing Officer Twyla Bradshaw Richardson and Director of Nursing Services Alicia Haywood are attending meetings in the British Virgin Islands alongside regional counterparts. Discussions are centered on improving leadership, education, workforce development, and patient care standards. This engagement supports Anguilla's ongoing efforts to enhance healthcare systems, including the implementation of the nursing registration system. Government is reporting positive discussions with private pharmacies aimed at expanding the Senior Shield program. Currently, the program provides free healthcare and medication to residents aged 70 and older through public facilities. However, when medications are unavailable, seniors must purchase them privately. Government is now exploring options to subsidize these costs. Residents can soon expect improved healthcare services with the installation of advanced screening equipment at the Welch's Polyclinic. New mammography and ultrasound machines are expected to be operational by early May. Training for staff will be conducted both locally and overseas to ensure proper use of the equipment. At the Princess Alexandra Hospital, work is also progressing on a second operating theater, which will support procedures such as joint replacement surgeries. In addition, healthcare staff will undergo customer service training beginning 4th May, aimed at improving patient experience. Anguilla is being represented on a major trade mission to Nigeria, led by Minister of Trade and Economic Development Kyle Hodge. The initiative brought together over 100 delegates from across the Caribbean, traveling on a direct flight from St. Kitts to Abuja. It is being described as a landmark step in strengthening trade and cultural ties between the Caribbean and West Africa. It also opens new opportunities for tourism, investment, and economic collaboration. Motorists are being reminded that stricter enforcement of vehicle tint laws will begin 1st April. Recent traffic checks revealed widespread non-compliance, and while warnings were previously issued, enforcement will now include penalties. Drivers are also reminded to ensure proper display of registration plates and no excessive tint or multiple windshield stickers. The traffic department is urging all road users to take the necessary steps to comply. Since the launch of Bermuda Air flights in December, Anguilla has seen a significant economic boost. An estimated 3.38 million US dollars has been injected into the economy in just weeks. The new routes connecting Anguilla to major US cities are also resulting in longer visitor stays, with some travelers remaining on island for up to 9 days. This increased visitor engagement is benefiting multiple sectors, including hospitality and transportation. In this week's episode of Just the Facts, host Mrs. Cora Richardson Hodge sat with Minister responsible for infrastructure and utilities, Mr. Jose Vanterpool, and the Anglic's chairman of the board, Mr. David Carty, to discuss current undertakings of the electricity company and the vision for producing energy in Anguilla.
Our ministry is critical as it relates to government's involvement in the renewable energy transition. Now, Anglic as the utility and the sole power generator in Anguilla is truly at the heart of the renewable energy transition. But our ministry is responsible for not only setting the framework for them to be able to do so, but also we're in charge of the legislation such as the Electricity Act. We're in charge of the regulator, which falls under the Public Utility Commissions Act. And one of the things that I'm really passionate about doing and I would like to see advanced this year is the strengthening of the Public Utilities Commission. Because to date, while they are on the books as the regulator, that legislation was never really fleshed out. They are supposed to be the independent middleman between government and the utility. And I dare say at this point, even though I know we'll touch upon it at a deeper level somewhere later in the conversation, that the biggest issue that I personally feel Anglic has had thus far, and the reason we have not accomplished the renewable energy transition, is due to political interference. So I do think that it's important that we separate government, despite its important role as the policymaker and its significant role as the majority controlling shareholder, from the utility by putting in place that independent regulator.
But tell us, what does a 12 megawatt solar farm mean for the average Anguillan?
Right. Well, putting the bacchanal that the whole planet is in now with what's happening in the Middle East, which is just a nightmare for us. Our objective is very clear: to move in at least 3 phases. Phase 1 being solar, phase 2 being either wind or solar. We want to be cautious on that. And phase 3, leveraging the technologies of green technology. And this is not our board. This has to be a new board. This is not next year. This is down the road. But set out a strategic plan that other boards can follow, even if they want to tweak it here or there to make it more efficient as technologies improve. But I believe, absolutely, that Anguilla can wean itself completely off fossil fuels, completely, and be net zero by 2035, if not before. I am absolutely convinced of that. If governments and the boards of Anglic, present and future, keep their nose to the grindstone.
When can we see our 12 megawatt farm in?
Minister, I expected you would ask that.
Best case scenario, worst case scenario.
Well, worst case scenario, you don't want any hurricanes to keep us back. But I have asked the board as early as this morning, members of the board, to please hustle with the establishment of the project management unit. We have to put out the advertisements to fill this group of technical people that will do the job. Once they're in position, then we start to draw down money from CDB. That's a condition that CDB has asked us. We have to have this group in place before they give us a dime. But once we have right. So at that point in time, we can order. I have to manage expectations here, and I know that you want answers. The CDB is saying that our loan, the whole project might take up to 2 years. I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. I believe we could do that in a lot less. But I want to be careful here, Premier. Don't hold me to that.
Had to ask the question. Had to ask.
I'll be a little less careful because in my conversations with the CDB president, I told him 2 years is way too long.
Okay.
And he has expressed his support to crack the whip on his team to help accelerate that timeline as much as possible.
Wonderful.
So I'm hoping well in advance of that, the people of Anguilla will be able to see the tangible benefits of renewable energy.
The biggest. I am confident, knowing Anguilla's ability in construction, knowing Anguilla's ability in terms of skill sets to build things. I am very bullish that we would do it a lot faster. The bottleneck is that these technologies come from China. And again, the geopolitical situation, you never know. You never know. I mean, you hear rumbling now about the Panama Canal. So will that hold up shipments from China coming up to Jamaica and transferring them to St. Martin and over to us? I don't know. I mean, that's why I have to be responsible and cautious and not give you or the people of Anguilla at this point in time a date. But I'm hoping that we will be in a position to say in a while.
Tourism in Anguilla continues to show strong growth. The island recorded over 27,000 visitors in February, an 18.5% increase compared to last year, making it the highest February on record. January also saw record-breaking numbers with over 29,000 arrivals. These figures highlight Anguilla's continued appeal as a leading Caribbean destination. Earlier through the week, the Job Link-Up program conducted a training session led by coordinator of the Anguilla Youth Business Foundation, Winika Romney, entitled Personal Responsibility and Decision Making. As part of the AYBF mentorship program, students have the opportunity to engage in real-life coaching and scenarios, resulting in valuable insights and takeaways. Members of the Anguilla Fire and Rescue Service, alongside a representative from MICU Vehicle Section, are currently in South Dakota conducting a comprehensive inspection of a newly constructed domestic fire truck. The delegation, with other technical crew, will review specifications and operational features and safety standards to ensure the truck can meet Anguilla's emergency response needs. This visit underscores a continued commitment to strengthening Anguilla's firefighting capabilities, enhancing operational readiness, and investing in modern, reliable equipment to better serve and protect the community. Director of Tourism, Jamil Rochester, took stage as a featured speaker at the Yacht Co. Flagship Lounge alongside Hill Robinson, Oceanside, and Port Namara, Anguilla, highlighting Anguilla's continued growth in the luxury yachting and marine sector. Marina development updates were presented by the executive president of Oceanside, showcasing the vision and progress of Port Namara. Engagements throughout the show connected captains, crew, and yacht owners, sharing destination experiences and investment opportunities in Anguilla. This is AGIS, Anguilla Government Information Service, delivering the latest and most accurate updates from the Government of Anguilla. Join us next time for more facts that inform, connect, and inspire.